Here we go, the #1 best-selling SUV in the United States, the Toyota RAV4. It's got an all-new look, all-new feel, all-new power plant, hybrid only. This is your limited edition. It's the first one I've had an opportunity to create a video on, and I'm really excited to get out and show you all the great features on the all-new 2026 Toyota RAV4. So hey, this is not your grandfather's RAV4. It's all new, way edgier, a lot of sharp lines on this one, and the front end is just gorgeous. Toyota's going all LEDs, super thin LEDs. So it started with the Prius, about 3 years ago, and they started going with these super slim LED headlights. I love them. They look awesome, especially at night. And then a projector style headlight. So these are your daytime running lights, your turn signals, your marker lamps look awesome, and then the LED projector style headlights. This is a limited edition, so it's got some other great features, such as the LED fog lights down here on the lower bumper. Limited's going to have your bumpers, your parking sensors here and here, protect the vehicle. I hope one day that they come up with a better way to doing it, because to me it's like you know, putting a sticker on the bumper kind of thing. But you'll see that the front grille, very similar to what we're seeing in the Crown and the Crown Signia. Really great design. Again, more sensors here. This one does have the 360 camera right there. There's also the dynamic radar cruise control sensors up front. This has Safety Sense 4.0, which is new for this as well. So you see there's some cameras up there. It has lane tracing assist, road sign detection, pre-collision protection, all built in up front. Take a look at the hood lines on this. It really does not look like the old RAV4 at all. Completely new design. This limited edition, you can see down on the bottom, they're sticking with that ABS plastic, which is scratch and dent resistant. But on the limited, they've got a kind of a charcoal gloss painted fascia here. I guess they're looking for that rugged look up front. But let me know in the comments what you think of the style on the new 2026 RAV4. Around the corner here, still going with the ABS over fenders, which again, scratch and dent resistant, easy to replace if you pick up any dings. Check out the wheels and tires on this one. This is your limited edition, so they're looking for probably a smoother ride, not so much of an off-road ride. So you've got a little bit wider sidewall. That's a 60 series sidewall. It's a 235, and it's actually an 18-inch wheel and tire. Now these are really high-quality Michelin tires on here. 18-inch cast aluminum wheel, charcoal gray painted inserts with the satin silver chrome lug nuts. 4-wheel disc brakes, anti-lock brakes, traction control, fully independent front and rear suspension. It's going to give you a super smooth ride. There's your side profile again. Now this one has been upgraded with the factory mud guards for front and rear, but the wide cladding here on the doors carry over from other models, adds that additional protection. Said this before, you can see that it's mounted on top of the door. So if you do pick up any damage here, you can replace this, and you don't have to worry about repainting your door. And truly, you can buy these in the parts department, a couple twists of a screwdriver, and you can replace them yourself. So much more durable than just having the raw door there. Notice the over fenders on the back come up over the wheel, but attention to detail, you can see it's cut out right for the door as well. Same thing there, you can replace those super easy. Couple screws here, and you replace them out, no problem. We're going to dive inside a little bit later in the video. This is a premium color. It's the Ruby Flare Pearl, so they're going to hit you with an extra charge. Colored to match door handles, privacy glass on all the rear windows, scratch resistant panels here, so with your fingernails. Outside mirrors, you can see the Limited has the LED turn signals. There's a 360 camera underneath there as well. Also a puddle light under there. There's so much technology in these new mirrors. Gloss black outside mirrors, power mirrors, heated mirrors, blind spot monitoring in those mirrors. Not your grandpa's mirrors anymore, I'll tell you that. Up top, roof rail system is going to be gloss black. Notice we've got the panel roof on this one as well. The panoramic moon roof and a gloss black shark fin antenna. tying it right into your C-pillar here with the gloss black sail panel, high-mounted third spoiler. And check out those rear LED lights flashing. They don't always show up real well in my video, but stop by the dealership. This one's sold. Smart Toyota, what'd they say the other day? We've got 40 of them pre-sold. So seeing them on the lot is going to be really challenging, and that's the benefit of a vehicle like this, or a video like this. Again, privacy glass here, LED third brake light up top, rear window defrost, rear washer wiper. There's also a backup or a camera up here, which works really well with the 360 camera on this one. And then check out the panel there. That's all gloss black and RAV4, new design for the RAV4 logo. And they've minimized the Toyota logo. You can see it's black, and it's much smaller than it was before. So really, RAV4 is what they're emphasizing. Limited edition. Another backup camera here. And of course, this is an all-wheel drive, and this is a hybrid, a high-efficiency vehicle as well. Power liftgate with kick sensor and remote on your keys. And that is programmable. So you're going to be able to set that up for different heights depending on the height of your garage door or your garage ceiling. Down on the bumper, again, that metallic gray, charcoal gray painted fascia tying right into up front. Interesting thing is no exhaust pipes coming out the back. Now there is an exhaust pipe, but it's right up underneath here and right over here. Now I'm guessing there's going to be some extensions you can put on there if you really want to show off your exhaust, but really tucked up under there gives it a nice clean look. Here's your back. And again, this one's been upgraded with the mud guards here as well. Gas door is going to be right here on the driver's side, which kind of surprises me. I like them curbside. That way, if you run out of gas on the highway, you're not standing out into traffic refilling your tank. But I'm sure Toyota, knowing Toyota, they probably have a really sound reason why they're showing it off that way. So just a really great, striking vehicle. 2026 limited RAV4, all new design, ruby flare pearl. Let's go ahead and dive inside. So let's jump inside and take a look at what's all new, and it is all new. Door panel, interesting, black and charcoal gray on the door panel. The padded armrest, that's going to be SofTex fabric. They don't use any leather in these. It's all SofTex, but it feels really upscale, nice. Satin or charcoal gray door handle, matching the bumpers we saw earlier, and again, metallic, so really nice design there. Memory seat here on the driver's door. One touch up and down, backlit switches here, mirror controls all there. And then there is a pocket down here which will hold a bottle, and a speaker down here in the door. This one's set up with the 9-speaker JBL audio system in the Limited, so great sound system. Love the threshold plate on his, kind of a satin silver aluminum. It looks nice. It does read Toyota on there. The seats, check these seats out. They're very comfortable. Now this is going to be a SofTex fabric. It's not leather, but it sure feels like it, and I actually think it wears better than leather. Little bit of suede here and here, and then we have height adjustable headrest, really comfortable heated ventilated seats, height adjustable seat belts right here. Again, the airbags are built right in the seat, so as you move the seat forward, the airbags are going to stay in the optimal position. You can see we have power driver seat with power recliner, two-way lumbar support, in and out, no up and down. These are perforated too, so really nice, comfortable. On the dashboard, they do use the SofTex fabric here. Makes it feel really nice upscale. You've got vents here, left, right, and up and down. Looking down here, we've got our odometer or our dimmer switch for our dash lights. Our trunk release, we do have the power liftgate, gas door release, and hood release right here. We've got a dead pedal, brake, and gas exactly where you would expect them. Let's go ahead and grab a seat. So the limited edition does come with the smart keyless entry system. You get 2 of these. These bad boys are not inexpensive though, so make sure you don't lose them. You might want to, actually, Smart sells a protection package, so if you do lose them, you can get new ones at no additional cost. Push button start. It's going to be right here. Let's go ahead and put our foot on the brake. And it is a hybrid, so depending on if it needs it, it might not actually start the gas engine, which it didn't this time. But if I step on the gas, it might go ahead and fire that up for me. So it really knows when it needs the gas engine, and when it doesn't, and it will turn it on and off automatically. Steering wheel on here, this is, I think this is very similar to the BZ steering wheel that I have. This part's a little bit different, but a leather wrap steering wheel. Cruise control settings are on this side. Over on this side are the controls for the information center, which you've got a 12.3-inch information center up here. And you do have voice activation and radio controls here as well. Of course, there's going to be an airbag here. And this is that new Toyota logo, so it's kind of a satin silver Toyota logo. It does have driving assist, so it's keeping an eye on you, making sure you're keeping an eye on the road. Over here, we've got wiper controls, front and rear washer wipers, and we have automatic settings for the front wipers as well. It's a little bit different than it was before, just a little bit different style. This side, we've got headlight, or light controls, I should say. So headlights and fog light controls are over here. This car does have automatic on and off headlights, and it also has automatic dimming headlights as well for oncoming traffic. Let's take a look at the gauge cluster. Now, this is all electronic now, okay? It's an electronic instrument cluster. I think it's 12.3. If you use the controls over here, you can actually toggle through some of your settings over on the left. So your fuel computer and all of that's here. And then you can really personalize that vehicle up nicely. It is a matte finish on there, so it's actually really easy to read, and it definitely doesn't obstruct your view. It's easier to see through the steering wheel than over the steering wheel. Speaking of steering wheel, this is a tilt steering wheel, of course, and it also telescopes, but it's not a powered telescoping steering wheel. Up in the corner of the windows, or in the A-pillars here, we've got the JBL subwoofers here, or I'm sorry, tweeters up here. So you can see JBL's tweeters. As I said before, it's a 9-speaker system, and it does have an amplifier, and that's going to be standard on the Limited. The infotainment center, or information center, or whatever we're calling multimedia center, it's 12.9 inches. Notice there's very few buttons on here, so everything's touch for your heated steering wheel, for your heated seats, for your ventilated seats. It's all touch control, and you have heated and ventilated for front driver, front passenger. There is a volume button and an on and off button right here. And then you've got front window defrost, rear window defrost, and your temperature controls are here as well. So you can kind of move through this. I'm going to set it up later. I'm going to set it up later. I'm going to accept this and take a look at what we've got here. Not a lot to show you because I don't want to mess with the settings because the new owners are picking it up this afternoon. But I'm just going to enable the audio here real quick. And I wanted to tell you that it has XM satellite radio, Sirius XM satellite radio, Android compatible, Alexa compatible, iPhone compatible, wireless CarPlay, all of that, and then navigation's all built in here as well. So it is a really great system, and because this has the 360 cameras, it actually connects outside, so it uses all those cameras, one on the front, one on each mirror, and one on the back, and you can see it gives you the view all the way around the vehicle, and that's going to be on this limited edition. Let me throw that in park. Go down here. We've got 2 wireless chargers here, so we can drop our phone, his and her phones. Speaking of which, they've upgraded the Wi-Fi Connect here to 5G now. So up from 4 to 5G, better connectivity, faster, right? More and faster. But you can plug 2 phones in. You can have 2 separate phones connected at the same time. As we go down here, we've got our drive mode controls. And if I tap on those, it opens up the instrument cluster. See that there? So I can see what mode I'm in. But it's also animating the gauge cluster over here. You see that? Let me just go through that a little bit. So you've got your Eco, you've got your Sport, and then you can do some custom settings and then back to normal. So nice animation. I'm surprised that the vehicle's not the same color. Maybe you can change that in the settings, but that was a gray one and this is a ruby flare pearl color. So maybe you can do that in the settings. So places for 2 phones, and then we have our snow and our trail buttons over here. And guess what? More animation. So as I tap on these, check that out. It gives me an animation from trail to snow and then back to normal. So really cool. Also, I learned in the system here, there's some video, tutorial videos on the vehicle as well. So be sure and check with your product specialist, and they can teach you where to find those tutorial videos. Down below here, there's a storage bin, and that's actually rubber coated, so stuff doesn't slide around. It doesn't make a whole bunch of noise rattling around. We've got 45 watt USB-C. Here's our View 360. Notice when I push on it, boom, there it goes. We've got parking assist, another USB-C 45 watt, downhill assist, and traction control on and off. And then look at the shifter here. It's this little tiny knobby thing. It's similar to the Prius. So we choose our gears, we do our park, we've got a parking brake, and we've got a brake hold. And then we've got a nice place right here for our cup holders. And then coming over from the Lexus vehicles, they have the bifold storage box. So it opens up like this. Check that out, right? Cool. Down inside, 12 volt and another USB-C. But then it also opens from this side. So it's kind of that bifold, or that ambidextrous, I guess is the word, but pretty cool. I'm wondering about this. What is this thing? Huh, looks like maybe this is some sort of a tray that goes on there. I don't know how that works. I'll have to figure that out in the next video. Stay tuned. Take a look at the seats. Similar to the driver's seat. Passenger side, again, another speaker up there. Nice little storage cubby. This is rubber, so stuff's not going to slide around. Once you throw it up there, it's not going to slide around. Nice glove box, and it is a locking glove box, so you can put some secure things. Of course, you're going to get the owner's manuals in there as well. But overall, take a look at the dashboard on this. Really nice design, and I've got my heated seat on, and it feels great. It's actually 33 degrees outside, something like that. I mentioned this one has the panel moonroof, which does have a shade. It does also tilt up. Let's see, there it goes. Holy cats, look at how big that is. That is a big hole in the roof. So you've got a panel roof with a power sliding sunroof up there. Over on this side, we've got passenger assist grips. Of course, we're gonna have lighted vanity mirrors on your Limited. We've got a place for our sunglasses up here. And then of course, we're gonna have our Safety Connect. Need help out on the road, hit that. Toyota will get you some roadside assistance. This has the virtual mirror on it too, I love that. So it's actually using one of the cameras in the back to project on here what's behind the car. And then of course they have the traditional old school one, but this one's really cool. And then garage door openers. So HomeLink garage door system is all built in the mirror, so you can get the one off your visor, leave it in the kitchen, and you've got it all set up for up to 3 different devices. So that's a quick look up front. Let's go ahead and jump in that back seat. The back door is not much different than the front door. Of course, power windows, same style on the door panel, door handle, speaker down here, and then we've got a bottle holder in the door. So not much different than up front. Again, SofTex fabric seats. I want to show you something on these seats that's really cool. They actually recline. So if you look here, you've got about 3 inches to sit straight up and down. But if you want to kick back, you can actually drop it back and lean back and take a nap. Height adjustable headrest. Of course, these seats fold down, but you don't have to take the headrests out. Isn't that great? You've got a child safety tether right there for your kids' seats. I've got a pocket here on the door, on the back of both seats. Pockets on the back of both seats. I know that sounds like a minor thing, but Toyota's been really odd with that lately. But you get 2 here. And then check out the legroom. So I didn't move this seat. When I was up front, I was in my driving position. This is really great knee room. I think it might be better than the previous RAV4, although the vehicle's supposedly not that much bigger. Look down here. We've got USB-C connections, we've got heated seat connections, and we've got vents down here. No temperature controls for the backseat passengers on the Limited, but you can control the airflow. Of course, we've got a folding armrest here, 2 cup holders. Pop that up, we've got 3 seat belts. Child safety anchors for the outboard seats, and of course this one reclines and falls down as well. Passenger assist grips with coat hooks up there, places to hang your stuff. And one of the things I like about this panel roof, not only does it bring a ton of light in here, isn't that great? But it also moves this light back here, which puts it behind the rear passengers. So if they want to read, or they want to read a map, or, well, I guess we don't use maps anymore, but if they want to read, they want to see, it's behind them instead of a lot of cars, they put them in front of you, and then of course that doesn't help you. So I do like that, and that's an LED light as well. The visibility from back here is pretty darn good. I will say my initial impression is I sit lower in the back seat of this than the previous edition of the RAV4. Not saying that's a bad thing, it's just something I noticed. Let's go ahead and check out that trunk. So as I mentioned earlier, this is a power liftgate here on the limited edition. The back end is pretty standard. It opens up nice and wide. There's really no obstructions to getting things in and out. This one does have a extra threshold protector. That's an extra cost item that's applied to the top to protect the bumper. And then this one also has the all-weather floor liners package, and it reads RAV4 here, and there's a box with the floor mats for up front. Otherwise in the back, it's really not all that much changed. There's a storage compartment here, 12-volt outlet there, another light. There's tie downs as well in all four corners, so those are going to be there. And it's a limited edition model, so it does come standard with the cargo cover, which is removable. You can see it's retractable. The JBL audio system is going to be right here. That's your subwoofer, and there's also a cargo net availability. And then if we go ahead and pop this up, you can see there's lots of room under there for, it's a temporary spare tire, so you can put, you know, jumper cables, emergency road equipment. Really not much changes in the back of it. I guess there's only so many things you can do different. What I would like to see, that I'm kind of surprised, maybe it's on other models, but like on the 4Runner, there's speakers up in here. I think those are really great for tailgating. And some of them have LED lights as well. I'm not finding that on this. Notice that we do have a 60/40 fold down rear seat, and there's no seat releases back here. I don't know why Toyota got rid of those, but in order to fold that seat down, I can't do it from here. Maybe if you're taller than I am, which most people are, but for the most part, you're gonna have to come up here to fold these back seats down like that. So I would have liked to seen them going back. They used to, in days, years ago, older models, they had a release back here so you could tug on it and it would pop the seats down. I just can't figure out why they haven't brought that back yet. So there you go. That's my first look at the 2026 Toyota RAV4 Limited Edition Ruby Flare Pearl. Hey, if you like this video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up. Feel free to share it out. They're going to be really hard to get in 2026. Like I say, the store here's, I think they have 40 orders on them already. So that doesn't mean you can't get one. It just means you're going to have to maybe be flexible on which one you want, or you might have to wait longer than you'd like. But they'll be available in 2026. Stop by Smart Toyota, go to the website, smarttoyota.com, see what they have, give them a call, and I'm sure they'll work up a deal you can agree to. Thanks for watching.